really ready to go. Okay, stuttering! Okay, stuttering! Okay, stuttering! Take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Okay, stuttering! Take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Okay, stuttering! He, him, they, them. He, him, they, them. Some people just call me Fluffy. What the fuck are you wearing? It's not Halloween. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fucking sizzling. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, my God, am I bending the head? Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, oh my God, like yeah. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, hey darling, you can smile more. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, that's what we fucking do. Fuck off! Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Yeah, she is all gangrenous. That's cute, you massive fucking soy cock. He, him, they, them. Superficial bollocks. He, him, they, them. Spider monkey fucker. Some people just call me Fluffy. Holy shit. Yad, 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 yad. It's Captain Gay. Yes, of course it's Captain Gay. Yad, 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 yad. It's really ready to go. You're some Hollywood horse bitch. Fuck. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fucking sizzling. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, I'm gonna make quad your main balls. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, oh my God, like yeah. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, beat him into submission. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, yada 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 yada. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, you got me. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, so fucking crazy. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fuck off. Fire, fire, big pants flyer. One of them. So that went well. Let's move on. She's like, it's so. Oh look, what a coincidence. God damn, I hate this thing. I can't say the word tampon. Who? There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Current fucking day! Fuck off! We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda. Twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. Twat waffle. Fuck off. Fucking gender ambiguity. Fucking current day Californian shit. Cause that's all we fucking know. Cause we're boring. We're so fucking boring. You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. Fuck your immersion. Guess what? Fucking pronouns. You take everything we love and you just can't help. Shovel, you are dog shit. Fucking crap. Ideology
pressed the wrong button. Oh, shit.
Hello, everybody. Hold on, just making sure it's off. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Afternoon Tea with Az. I'm your host, as always, Az from Heel versus Babyface. It is a slightly cooler day. Not just because I'm involved in it. Hey, it's a slightly cooler day here in the UK. A little bit. The temperature is down quite a bit. But my God, the humidity of it all. It is really humid. So even though the temperature's, it's a few degrees down, I decided to get a coffee. I decided to make myself a boiling hot cup of coffee. That's some good shit right there. I got the good stuff. Crack. By the way, this is my last one. I got to get some more. I'm on the regular Watters after that. Look at that though. You can see that's come straight out of the fridge. Ooh. Me likey, long time. Hey, I haven't even started and I've seen plenty of supers, plenty of membership renewals, gifteds. As always, guys, we'll do the talky bit and then I leave a nice wad to end the stream with, where I'll go through everything. We go through it in autistic detail. So thank you, indeed. Just have to reiterate that because there's been quite a few new subscribers in the last few days. It's been quite a few new subscribers. What with all the really balanced and sane discourse around Supergirl. I saw somebody in my comment section to one of my videos yesterday, and they said something, I'm paraphrasing, but they said something along the lines of, I really enjoy seeing Az happy to just demolish this film. And I replied by saying something like, I'm just living my best life. I've never been happier in my life. Oh my goodness me. This is one of those wonderful moments in time though. I'm relishing this because I feel in 6 months' time, in a year's time, when all of this has gone, nobody's thinking about Supergirl, nobody's ever talking about it. It's one of those references that people just go, oh yeah, and then move on immediately. So I want to live right in the moment with this one because it's one of those beautiful occasions where the trailers looked bad. The interviews, the marketing was absolutely abysmal. And then the movie delivered on being the biggest trash imaginable. So it's this absolutely gorgeous bubble of everything just coming together. If it was I'm gonna have to, sorry, Kino, I'm gonna have to steal a bit of a phrase from you. It's like a fucking feltatron merging together to create one massive feltageddon. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, all the planets in the solar system we're all lined up. Everything. Jesus was gonna come back for the second coming, and then he saw this. It was just like, not now. I gotta let them have their fun. I gotta let them have it. we'll come back later. We'll circle on back to Earth later. But holy, I mean, I gave it a 2 out of 10. If you see my review, I gave it a 2 out of 10. That's not an exaggerated 2 out of 10. That is very much one of the worst films I think I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely abysmal from start to finish. Oh, by the way, just a little thing. If you want to see Supergirl sat on a toilet having a piss, this film's got you covered. Which is probably why some outlets liked, I don't know. But it was again, I don't need to embellish anything, and I don't need to exaggerate anything. I went to the Thursday preview day first showing, which was 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not expecting it to be a full theater or anywhere close to full. There was 8 of us. And I've been thinking back. I actually think 2 of the people who were in the theater, the auditorium. How do you fucking like that word? Hey? Hey? Yeah, fucking hell. Has got words. Has got words for days. I think 2 of them were actually staff. I legitimately think 2 of them were actually staff. So I think there was 6 paying customers in the theater. And throughout the whole film, you could hear a pin drop. Not a single person giggled, chortled, sniffed, coughed, laughed. I mean, nothing. There wasn't a single solitary joke. I mean, I'm trying to work out if there actually was any. Not a single solitary joke landed. Nobody seemed interested. And the funniest thing is, we've been conditioned over nearly 20 years now, believe it or not. We're only a couple of years shy from that. But we've been conditioned now that when a movie finishes, you stay. You stay behind because you're waiting for those either an end credit scene or a mid credit scene and an end credit scene. As soon as this film ended, everybody just got up. It was bizarre. It's like first credit hit, everybody just immediately stood up, walked out. Stood up, walked out. Nobody seemed even remotely interested to see if there was a post-credit scene. I didn't. Theoretically, I'm the one who should have been. I should have stayed behind to see if there's a post-credit scene, and then when I do my review, I'll say, yes, there is a post-credit scene, and in the post-credit scene, happened. But even I was just like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. And I had to take an Uber. Don't ask. I had to take an Uber to the cinema. And I'm getting hey Dan, how you doing, dude? I'm getting I'm driving, well, he's driving me back, right? And he's just like, he says, oh, did you see a good film? And I was like, no, I didn't. And he's like, oh, what did you go see, if you don't mind me asking? He was actually a really nice driver for a change. And I was like, I said I had to see Supergirl. I said, I say I had to see it because it's my job. It's my work. And he's like, and it wasn't any good. I was like, no. And then we literally spent the whole journey back, me telling him about the film and him just laughing his ass off. It was amazing. It was so funny. And then at the end he goes, because he says, do you write these reviews then for a magazine? So normally when somebody asks me what my job is, I just say I'm an editor. I edit videos online. It's not a lie. It's not a lie, because I don't like lying. But it's a lie by omission in a way. It's not the complete truth. What do you do for a living? I edit videos online. Oh, okay. Okay. It's just so much easier than going, I make videos on YouTube. Because number one, you come across like a pretentious bellend when you say that. So the guy says, he says, do you do these reviews then for a magazine? And I'm like, no, I do them online. And he's like, what? Like on YouTube and social media and stuff? I was like, yeah, I do it on YouTube. So by the end of the journey, he says to me, what's the name of your channel then? He says, I'll go check out your review. And I said, dude, I said, be careful. I said, there's some spicy opinions there. He had a good laugh. He went, dude, I don't care. He said, I don't care. He said, I'm just interested in seeing this review for Supergirl from you. God bless him. He was lovely. Oh. And then, of course, not only did the film deliver in as much as it was just as bad as the trailers, just as bad as all the marketing behind it, but of course, Angry Joe has to absolutely crash the fuck out. Angry, I agree with you, but I'm so fucking lost in the political sauce that I can't be seen to agree with you. Therefore, I have to make up shit about why me disliking it is okay, but why you disliking it is because you're a bunch of bigots and shit. And he's completely lost his mind. And the hypocrisy from him and the lack of self-awareness from him. I won't tell you who I was texting last night, but we just sent a couple of texts to each other, and we were just laughing, just saying, dude, this Angry Joe business is fucking hilarious. I can't stop laughing. I literally can't stop laughing. Like, I'll give you some examples. Okay, Disbrew just puts out a tweet. It's that 30-second clip of Millie Alcott going, Supergirl goes both ways. There's no romance in this film. There's no male. It's not centered around a male. There's no romance. There's no love at all. Which, by the way, apparently was her love letter to the Lugabatov community. So I think Millie Alcott's a bigot. So he puts out that tweet, and then he puts, what did he put? He put something like, this is how you lose people from going to the cinema. So Angry Joe then inserted himself into that tweet, does this whole fucking tirade post. I then respond, do my video breaking down all his lunacy. And then he tweets back at me, What are you even doing talking? I never added you into anything. And I'm just thinking to myself, did Disbrew at you in? No. You decided to insert yourself into Disbrew. I'm guessing figuratively speaking and not literally. So because Joe's never wrong. You have to understand, he's never wrong, right? This man is always right. Even when he's wrong, he's right. He's one of those really fucking annoying people that can never see that he's wrong. Can never see that he's no. I gotta fight this until I'm just blue in the face or people just give up. So he's writing these absolute fucking spazzes out on social media, and then he's calling it nuanced discussion. And he spazzes out to Disbrew, and he says, I'm trying to have a nuanced conversation, and you're just posting memes. And Disbrew like responds to this absolute meltdown, which I went through in my previous video. And Disbrew's just like, which part of this post is meant to be nuanced? So there's me. I make this 40-minute video because I want to take. I'm taking my time milking this cow. And then angry, Mr. Angry, I'm here for a nuanced discussion, says, you made a 40-minute video about me. Well, isn't that nuanced then? Isn't that me breaking everything down and going into it in a nuanced way? Huh? No? Okay. 2 sentences on social media with lots of caps locks and exclamation points everywhere. That's nuanced. Gotcha. And then everybody under the sun just smashing in on him. Oh, he's that meme, isn't he? They got Supergirl in the bed sleeping, and Angry Joe's there with his shield up, taking all of the arrows that are being fired. I'll protect you, my lady. My lady. But the funniest thing was, never mind Jeremy's posts or my posts or Disbrew's or Yellow Flash. Yeah, I tell you what, when Yellow Flash just posted alert, I laughed so hard. I thought there's no way Joe's ever going to respond to that. Baguette alert. And by the way, I've already got a video made to be released. Might go into a couple more of his tweets. I was going to release it this morning, but I ended up sleeping in because I'm a YouTuber. That's my job. But I might put it out after this stream and before Sunday Fun Day. The funniest. Never mind anything that we did. Oh, and by the way, I even saw Star Wars Girl, and we don't communicate. But I even saw her jump in, and the first thing that Joe did was call her a pick-me. And the response was amazing, was just like the first response from a male feminist to a female was to call them a pick-me. She's married. She's got a kid. Oh, and it was just like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is why we say, and I would love to say, guys, that we joke, but this is why when we say, male feminist, AKA potential sex offender, potential rapist, because that's what they are. Women, you shouldn't be scared of a man that walks up to you and goes, I want to fuck you, because at least he's been direct. You don't want to be afraid of the bear in the woods that you seem to want to hug. You want to be afraid of anyone that calls themselves a male feminist. That's the fucking weird. Holy shit! Holy shit! What? I'll read this now. I cannot not read this now. JBZ with a
500 Australian dollars. Holy Jesus, titty fucking.
Hold on, I didn't turn it off. In terms with Angry Joe, he's completely lost his marbles. So much so. Hey, Saskers. You're up early. You're up very early. There even is 2 workers. Jay Beasy, this is exactly where I was going. Jay, this is exactly where I was going, dude. I was going to say, never mind me, never mind Disbrew, Yellow Flash, even Star Wars Girl, whatever. Never mind any of that. The funniest thing was Alex on his own review absolutely decimating Joe's fucking cope. Oh, I was in tears laughing. Other Joe, I like other Joe and Alex. I think they're pretty. They come across as decent guys, you know. They definitely come across as people that you can have a fun, geeky discussion with, chat with, nerd out with. Now, Joe Vargas, I'm not too sure. Another Joe, you know, he was trying to just be sort of middle of the road, you know. This was okay, and that wasn't great, and then Alex just comes in going, "This was fucking shite." I was like, Alex, fucking fair play, mate. I have never seen Joe's face he was just broken. I swear to God there were tears. I swear to God there were just tears coming down that guy's face. Everything that it said, Alex was just like, no, no. Like, somebody there has got a little bit of credibility. Good man. So let's carry on. So even his 2 co-workers were telling him to calm down and stay off X. And when he did his Supergirl review, when Alex said how much he hated the movie, Joe legit stared daggers at him. He did. He was furious. It was like, tu brute, tu. It was like, because he probably thinks of himself as Caesar. It was like he felt Caesar had been betrayed. Saying, "Don't you dare." And then while Alex was going on, he just looked and showed the Supergirl comic book. Yeah. And by the Super book, dude, thank you so much for that. Huge super. By the Supergirl comic book, referring to the 2021 Tom King shite. Now, I say shite, but as you said you haven't read it, so how do you know it's shite? Because I've read a lot of Tom King, and Tom King is shit. Tom King is a one-note misery merchant. That's all he knows how to fucking write. Mr. Miracle, fucking misery. Batman, misery. Heroes in Crisis, misery. And the worst thing, by the way, that I have ever read in comics is Heroes in Crisis. It is the worst sack of shit imaginable. Quick fun fact. In Heroes in Crisis, Harley Quinn manages to beat Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, who are all in a barn with her. She beats all 3 at the same time. And that isn't even the half of it. The comic book centers around a farm out in the middle of nowhere that Batman built so that heroes and villains can go there and sit down in front of a video camera and talk about their feelings, get their trauma out. Oh. While Wally West, the proper Wally West, the white ginger Wally West, is going around murdering heroes. After DC had just done a great job bringing him back in the Rebirth storyline, the Rebirth, you know, rebirth of the DC universe. So he just went and fucked up all of that as well. Oh my God, it was horrendous. I have never read such garbage. His Batman run, his first few issues started off pretty good. I was really enjoying it. And then it turned to massive shit as Batman became, I want my mummy. I want my mummy, mummy, mummy. I want my Catwoman, mummy, mummy. And when Batman proposes to Selina Kyle, his reasoning for proposing to her is because he's so sad. Will you marry me, Catgirl? Catgirl. Will you marry me, Catgirl? Because I am so miserable and sad, and I need something. Oh my fucking God. No wonder she left him at the fucking altar. Tom King's right. He's hideous. And then what do you hear about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow? And by the way, I actually really like the art in that, though. I think the art is beautiful. Just FYI. I think the art is actually beautiful. But I think, who's it? Clay Mann also does a lot of, he didn't do Woman of Tomorrow, by the way. But Clay Mann does a lot of art for Tom King. And I think Clay Mann's art is fantastic as well. So it's so sad because he gets propped up by these amazing artists and his writing's dog shit. And then you've got Woman of Tomorrow. What do you hear about Woman of Tomorrow? Oh, Supergirl, so sad, so miserable. It's just like, fuck off. One trick pony. One trick pony. Misery merchant shite. Azzy, I read the Supergirl the other day. The art is amazing. The writing is dog shit. It is. I think the art is gorgeous. I think it's it's beautiful. But after Heroes in Crisis and his Batman run, by the way, that he got taken off early because the fucking numbers of Batman were plummeting since he took over. It was selling about 80,000 an issue, and then it was down to like 60. So it's like 60,000. He'd lost what? 25% of his fucking audience in his run. Hold on, chat. I've got to redo the grift goal. I've got to redo the grift goal because of that massive. Let's get that going. Super. Now I'm gonna try. I can't promise anything, but I'm gonna try to see if we can stick around until the box office gets updated, but up until a degree. If it hasn't been updated by then I'll do a video on it tomorrow, obviously, regardless. Supergirl will, this is a good one, do the dishes. Do the dishes. Oh, it did actually start the goal. That's crazy. I didn't know if it's going to do that, but it did. And Jay Beasy, dude, Dude. So yeah, there was 6 of us and two personnel, 2 staff members in the theater. I'll be honest, I have probably forgotten a lot of the film already because there isn't anything to it. And that's the problem when your film meanders and it's just a sequence of events. That's what happens when you're so paper thin on plot that you have a film of filler. It's insane. We start off by seeing, I can't remember what the girl's name is. Paulie? I don't know. Whatever the little girl's name is. We start off by seeing Krem turn up and to her family, who make weapons, by the way. Now they make weapons, but they live in a shack and there's no forge. There's no forge outside, and there's no like industrial like smelters and kilns and stuff like that. Nah. It's just a little fucking shack. But this guy apparently in this tiny little shack makes the greatest weapons in the galaxy, in the Guardians of the Galaxy. So he turns up and he says, "I want your weapons." Ooh, are you, mate? Is that a pie? I'm not even joking, because Krem has a running gag throughout the whole film. And do you know what the running gag with Krem is? Every scene he's in, he picks up some food and eats it. He picks up food and eats it in every scene that he's in. Why aren't you laughing? Why aren't you laughing, guys? Hilarious. There you go. Hilarious. Thank you. I thought you were all sexist, misogynistic bigots for a second there. Woo! So he comes for these weapons and he sees a pie and he says, "Can I have the pie?" So the mum gives him the pie to eat. And then the brother is sleeping on the, well, he's not sleeping, he's on the bed with headphones in because it's fucking 1980. And his sister goes, "Where did he get those headphones from?" And he went, "Star-Lord." I mean, oh, shh. And he sees the little girl outside of his bedroom, so he thinks he'll play a joke on her and jump out and scare her. So he goes, "Bah!" to scare his sister. But then when he jumps out and goes, "Bah," Krem just throws his axe and kills him. And so the parents go, "No!" And they go to attack him, and he just kills them. And then get this, chat. Get this. This is the best bit. This is the best bit. The mum's dead, the father's dead, and the brother's dead, leaving behind just the girl. There's something you might want to know about Krem, apart from the fact that he picks up and eats food in every scene. Krem kidnaps girls to sell off as brides so that they can have male babies to keep his species going or something. So the sex trafficker who takes girls leaves the girl behind. Yeah, just in case you didn't quite get that, the sex trafficker who steals girls for a living leaves the girl behind. James Gunn thought this script was incredible. Now, I'm going to jump right to the end of the film here, chat, because there's something else that you need to know. No, he doesn't. This is such a bad take on Supergirl. Even normies at film meetings hate it. Supergirl not embracing being a girl superhero was a big turn off for audiences. Well, that's Millie Alcock's fault. But let me jump right to the end. Because at the end, Supergirl, not super non-binary, not super person who doesn't exist within the binary of what a woman should be, which admittedly is a slight tongue twister of a name. She saves all the kidnapped brides, all of them. So we have this scene where hundreds and hundreds of women are pouring out of these cages. And there's 10 women. There's 10. He stole 10 women. The person who is feared throughout the galaxy for stealing women and trafficking women, he had fucking 10. Look, Krem, there's more fucking trafficked women on Epstein fucking Island than in your ship. 10. Now, I say 10, it might have been 8. It might have been 9. I didn't do an exact head count, but it was approximately 10. So I think now we understand why he left the girl behind. Krem was a very particular kind of a guy. But then you see the 10 women and then you think to yourself, actually, not really. Not really at all. Not really that picky. And then, by the way, these brides which just turn up at the end, I don't even think they say a single line. They're only shown in the cage and then Supergirl getting them out of the cage. One of them saves Supergirl's life. Not even the little girl. Not even the little girl. No. Now we're not gonna play the game Guess Which Color. No. Stop it. Stop it. We're not playing that game, but you did win. You won that game though. The extras, the day player extras, one of them saves Supergirl's life at the end. Oh. Will you buy the Supergirl outfit? I don't know. A few more super chats. We'll talk about it. So yeah, that is so bizarre. So anyway, let's go right back. So Krem, who steals girls for a living, decides to leave the girl after he's killed all their family. Makes a lot of sense, right? No, doesn't make a lick of sense whatsoever. Okay, moving on. Kara is celebrating her 23rd, and I shit ye not, the film says this. She's celebrating her 23rd birthday week. Because women don't have birthdays anymore. They have birthday weeks. Superman tries to call her. She ignores his call. She cancels his call because she's a hideous piece of shit. She goes down to a local bar. She's apparently on a planet under a red sun. Az is going to buy it for Chat's mum. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. But I want the proper S. I don't want James Gunn's sacrilege of Kingdom Come. I don't know. I'll ask Chat's mum. You know, I think she'd be okay. I think she'd be okay with it. Anyway, so let's play another game, Chat. If your planet was orbiting a red sun, what sort of hue would you think the planet would be under if it was being orbited, or you're orbiting, the planet's orbiting a red sun? What color do you think the sort of hue and everything of that planet would be? It'd be green. Close. Because it's funny, because at the end of the film, when it does go under a green sun, guess what? It is green. Anyway, it's just like a regular, it's just like a regular planet, by the way. It's just like a regular planet. It's just like Earth. It's just like Earth. Can't tell any difference. Can't tell any difference. It's just like Earth. But apparently it's under a red sun. Okay. So Supergirl comes to this planet because she's depowered. She wants to depower herself, and she states that she's depowered to the girl. And she goes to the local bar to get drunk because she's got trauma. Because she was on that fragment of Krypton called Argo City. It's not Kandor, it's Argo City. And which is a thing, by the way, that was created in the 1950s. And in Argo City, which isn't under a yellow sun, none of them have any superpowers. They all start dying due to kryptonite poisoning, which makes no sense. Because the reason why kryptonite affects Kryptonians is it reacts with the the yellow sun, solar radiation. That's what causes kryptonite poisoning. So if there's no yellow sun to fill them up with solar radiation, kryptonite has no. That's why a depowered Superman isn't affected by kryptonite. Anyway, fucking hell, whatever. I guess it's rules change. As James Gunn said, we don't need to stick to canon. So she's on this bar getting drunk, and the little girl comes into the bar with her father's sword, by the way, which Krem turned up for, but he didn't take. And by the way, the girl's father blew up Krem's ship. So why didn't he just as soon as Krem arrive, attach the mines immediately and blow up Krem's ship. Well, if he did that, then we wouldn't have a story. Oh, okay. Moving on then, I guess, and such and things. So she comes into this bar. She says, I will give this sword, my father's sword, to anybody that helps me kill Krem. And then some big alien just like walks up to her, slaps her out the way, grabs the sword and walks off. And then Kara's just like, well, I guess because he hit a girl, I'm going to go outside and confront him because sisterhood or something. I don't know. Let's fight the patriarchy. Oh, she actually, by the way, gout, flare. Supergirl actually says that when the girl says to her, Krem killed my family, Supergirl goes, Cream? Are you laughing yet? I see you, Roland. We'll get... Fucking hell. That's another biggie. That's another fucking biggie. That's another biggie. We'll get to you, but now you've made me have to start another goal. Supergirl will do the laundry. We'll do the laundry. So yeah, so Supergirl says Cream because his name's Krem. Are you laughing yet? By the way, as I said, no, hand on heart, cross my heart, hope to die. Cross my heart, hope to die. Which is a bit of a weird saying because we all die one day. So does that just mean it caught up to... Anyway, cross my heart, hope to die. Legitimately, there wasn't a peep out of the theater for the whole film. For the whole film, not a peep. So she goes outside. This alien, by the way, is like 7 foot fucking tall, huge, and he's carrying this colossal, like, mace. And Supergirl, who's told this girl that she tells her later, not far later, just a few minutes later, that she's depowered. She's depowered so she can go get drunk. This depowered superwoman, Supergirl, just kicks this guy's fucking ass. She's flipping around stuff, kicking him, picking up this colossal fucking mace and whacking him with it. Depowered, apparently. Mint creme. I love mint cream. Oh, I do. I'm not allowed it anymore. Day 45. By the way, everybody, day 45. Day 45. Boom. No. Black Cat Red. You can't make things up for them. By depowered, she means she can't fly. No. That's not how it works. Superman, are you depowered? Yes, I can't fly. I still have everything else, super strength, super speed. No, it's not. Dude, stop it. Stop making excuses for garbage writing. This is why we're in the mess that we're in, fella. Creme de toilette. Oh, I like that one. I like creme de toilette. That's good. So she kicks this massive alien's ass. And then the girl's just like, you come help me because you got a vagina. And Supergirl's just like, no, I'm too cool for school. I'm too cool for... Oh, my God. We hit it again. But it didn't update. I see you, Legalize Out of Hood. I see you, even if the goal didn't complete. Whoopsies. Thank you, Legalize Out of Hood. We'll get to you. boobies. I think people want this Supergirl costume for me. I think Angry Joe would spank it. If I put a Supergirl costume on, I think Angry Joe would spank it. Do you think he'd choke his churro? Do you think he'd choke his churro to it? I don't know. I'm reckoning so. And dude, thank you for that. We'll get to those gifted as well, man. Holy. So Supergirl's just like, nah, I'm not going to help you. I'm too cool for school. I just like getting drunk. I'm so messy and I've got trauma. So the little girl starts following Kara around. She follows her back to her ship where Supergirl says, I'm not going to help you. And then she sits on the toilet and starts pissing. And the little girl just stands there at the top of her ship quietly for like 10 seconds. And then she says like something. And then Supergirl's like, oh, because she's still there. She thought she'd gone. And she probably pissed all over hers. I don't know. So they then go outside and start chatting. Now, I need you have to picture this chat. Okay? You have to get this into your head, right? Supergirl's ship is on a plane, is on a flat piece of land in the middle of nowhere. There are no houses or built up areas or anything. She's literally in the middle of an open field. You can see some hills in the distance, but she's in this open plain that you can see all around you. And she's outside of the ship with Crypto, who's acting like a complete twat because that's all that he does. He's the most annoying thing. But he acts like a twat because he's an untrained dog and he's James Gunn's dog. So he's James Gunn's untrained dog because James Gunn's too fucking lazy to train his dog, or probably believes that it's bigotry or something. I don't know. So Supergirl's just a little bit away from her ship, which is in the middle of nowhere in a massive open land, savanna, whatever you want to call it. Somehow Krem is on the ship. Somehow Krem has walked, or even if he's flown, it's even worse if he's flown. But he's walked all the way to Kara's ship, walked inside, and picked up a bowl of food and started eating it, because that fucking Krem guy, that fucking... Now, Supergirl hasn't noticed this at all. Somehow. Maybe he's got big strides. I don't know. His legs didn't look like they were 5 miles long. You can spam in disappointment. I'm okay with that. I am more than okay with spamming in disappointment. And Supergirl's like, herpa derpa derp. So Crypto goes running towards Krem, and Krem shoots Crypto with his poison gun. Now, we learn that the reason why Krem has a poison gun or uses poison darts is so that he can torture people. He can poison them and then administer an antidote so they're okay, and then poison them and administer the antidote. correct me if I'm wrong here, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you're normally torturing people because you want to find out information. There's something that person has that you want. Yeah? That's why you're torturing them. He doesn't need or want anything from the dog, Crypto, or Supergirl apart from stealing her ship, which he can do because he's in the ship. So why wouldn't he just have killed the dog? Anyway, if he did that, there wouldn't be a story. So he shoots the doggy with the poison dart, gets in the ship, flies off. Supergirl's got no ship. Krem just want to eat. Krem just want to eat. Or he does it for the lols. Now, Zodlander, that would be interesting if you had actually established who the fuck Krem was. Which the film doesn't do. The guy has absolutely no character development. We hear everything about Krem, we hear. And it boils down to Krem's a bad guy and he does bad stuff. And no, that's it. He's a bad guy. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh. So he steals a ship. Crypto's poisoned. They take Crypto to what's she called from Star Wars? Maz Kanata. They take Crypto to Maz Kanata's daughter. And the woman says, you have 3 days in which to save Crypto. Otherwise, the poison will take effect and your dog will die. And so Supergirl gets her watch out and she goes, 72 hours. Oh, wow. So this alien planet also has a 24-hour orbit, just like planet Earth. And it looks kind of just like Earth. And it doesn't feel like it's in a different solar system under a red. Okay. So she literally sets this watch to go 3, as in 3 days. And then there's little dots that go all around. And then they start to disappear as time's running out. By the way, I'm pretty sure that the last time that you see the watch, it's about there. It's about there. It's about a third of the way. So it's against the ticking clock, but it's not. It's not, because time is never an issue at all in the whole film. We've got a ticking clock, guys. We've got 3 days to save Crypto, but it doesn't come into play at all during the film in the slightest. And it's never a big thing. So she waits, I shit ye not, for the space bus. For the space bus. Where's the space bus taking her? Yeah, it's the planet operates off a 24-hour solar day. So the planet might exactly the same as Earth. What a coincidence. Babies. So she gets on the space bus. Where is she going? I don't know. How does she know where Krem is? I don't know. But she gets onto the space bus, which Can't she fly? Well, no, because she's under a red sun, so she's depowered, Nat. So she's depowered when she needs to be depowered, but she can still flip and kick and pick up really heavy anyway, don't stop asking questions. So yes, this is a really, really small galaxy where apparently all the planets are just next to each other. Oh, by the way, and there's all these different suns. There's a red sun, there's a green sun, there's a yellow couple of yellow suns. But this space bus is just chugging a fucking long. I don't know if you're aware of this, guys, but space is tiny. Space is really, really tiny. I don't know about pink sun. I think I might have got pink fucking eye from this film. But I don't know about pink sun. Yeah, there is zero world building. Because we're now on the space bus, and the space bus is attacked by female-only space bandits. Female-only space bandits. Now, the girl has snuck onto the bus because Supergirl doesn't care about helping the girl. Supergirl just wants to find the antidote for crypto. That's it. So the girl had to sneak onto the bus. Otherwise, Kara would have left her alone because Kara is just a selfish cunt. That's all she is. Throughout the whole film, she's selfish, she's self-absorbed, she's a hideous person. Yeah, so they're on the Space Greyhound, and it's attacked by a group of female-only space pirates. And Supergirl acts all, well, I say Kara because she's not Supergirl. She's not in a costume or anything. Oh, it's definitely a fucking short bus. So they're gonna steal the girl's. They take her watch, by the way, which who cares? Because it's not as if time's of an issue. They take her watch and they want to take the girl's sword. And Supergirl's like, no, you can't take the sword. And then a fight breaks out where Kara steals one of the space bandits' teleporting devices. So when they start fighting Kara, she hits the teleportation device and she appears in a different part of the bus. Anna, who wrote this, Anna Nagaria, who wrote this, how does this work? How does Kara know how to use it? Why did it teleport her into another part of the bus and not back to the ship? If it's a teleportation device, wouldn't it be programmed to teleport to the bus and then back to the... I'm very confused by... Anyway, Kara gets herself stuck in the airlock where she tries to put on a spacesuit. She manages to get the suit on, but before she can get the helmet on, she gets blasted out into space by one of the space bandits. Remember, Supergirl's depowered. She's depowered. She has no helmet on, and she gets blasted into space, and immediately she's like frosted over. Remember Guardians of the Galaxy? Where... Never mind. It's just a waste of time. And she can't fly because she's depowered. So she's there lying in space. You never, so she's dead. You would think, but you're never going to believe this, guys. They just so happen to be right by another planet. And just as they're going past this planet, the yellow sun of this planet starts to rise up above the planet. And then and then she absorbs the solar radiation, and now she has her powers back. And she's also now alive again after being dead. How convenient. Crazy, huh? I mean, I think I've told you guys already this stream. I think I've told you guys already. But space is really fucking small. Space is tiny. Absolutely. Suns and planets all over the fucking place, right next to each other, having a gay old time. So she smashes back into the bus and she kicks the pirates' asses. And then they land at another planet which looks identical to the planet that she just left. What are the names of any of these planets? If you put a gun to my head, you're blowing our brains out because I've got no idea. I've got no idea. So now they're at another bar. Another bar that looks identical to the bar that she was in before. And is this the one where she gets into the fight? The people in the bar are just like, we want to sex traffic that little girl. So that they're even more evil, by the way, than Creme Brulee. Because Creme Brulee left her alive and left her on her own. It was just like, nah, I don't want to you. But she goes into a bar in this new planet, and all the people in the bar want to suddenly start fucking sex trafficking her. And apparently, these people in the bar are Creme's men, or they know Creme Brulee. So Creme Brulee's henchmen are more evil than Creme Brulee. Make it make sense. What are the colors? Dark. It's dark. It's shadows everywhere. You can barely see a fucking thing. I tell you what, I'm lucky I saw this at the cinema, because if I had decided to see this with me mate, Captain Jack Sparrow, I don't think I would have been able to see a fucking thing. Yeah, it's just blacks and browns and beiges and dirt. And so anyway, a big bar fight breaks out, and Supergirl kicks Kara, because she's still not Supergirl. Kara kicks all of their asses easily, barely an inconvenience. Boobies. Then the bar's empty, apart from her and a girl, the two owners who are black. You might say, why are you referencing their color as? You'll understand in a minute. And then there's another person at the back of the bar, and it's Lobo. Bum, ba, da, da, ba, ba, ba. So Lobo gets up and starts walking to the owners of the bar, who are both black. It is important. It is important. So the little girl says to Supergirl, Kara, I need to correct myself all the time. Who's that? And Kara's just like, oh, don't look at him. Don't even look at him. You don't want anything to do with this guy. This guy's a fucking killed all of his planet. He's got like fucking godhood. This guy is scary as fuck. Don't even engage with him. And she like tries to go towards Lobo to talk to him, to help her, and Kara keeps dragging her back. No. So Kara has told us, this is important because we're back in the world of tell, don't show in a minute. Kara has just told us that Lobo, and this is Kara, who's a Kryptonian. A Kryptonian. And even she is fucking shit scared of Lobo. So we've just been told that Lobo is not in any capacity to be fucked with. Don't look at him. Don't engage him. Don't give him any excuse whatsoever. A Kryptonian. He goes up to these regular bar owners who are both black and says, I want to know where this guy is. There's a bounty on him and I'm collecting it. So obviously, the owners of the bar are fucking shitting themselves. Apart from the not. In actual fact, they're completely unbothered by Lobo in the slightest. And I go, dunno. So we've been told that this guy is the badassest of the badasses. But because the bar owners are black, they're not allowed to be scared of him because you can't have that. So they don't give a shit about Lobo at all. Now this is where it gets even worse. So you could say to yourself, well, are they therefore DEIing? Are they being woke? No, because the black couple are going to immediately sell out Supergirl, Kara, to the cream pies goons. So is Anna Nagara trying to say that black people are duplicitous people? I'm so confused. Is it intersectional or are you racist? Which one is it? Which one is it? Why weren't they shitting themselves at fucking Lobo? You told us, but you didn't show us. In actual fact, Lobo just comes across as a fucking teddy bear. So which is it? Are you racist, Anna, or is it intersectionality? Which is it? I don't know.
Well, we all know that racist, because there's nothing more racist than a leftist.
There is nothing more racist than a leftist. And you know why I know that? It's because I've heard Angry Joe on streams say fuck white people a few times. And he's a leftist and he's a massive racist. So, and I despise racism. So I fucking disavow Angry Joe. I disavow Anna Nagaria. So anywho, the couple, the black couple at the bar, poison. They take Supergirl back to their house because they say that they can get her to Krem, or they can get some information of where Krem is, and then they poison her so that Krem's goons, boobies, can kidnap her, take her away. And then Kara, to get rid of the poison, drinks a bunch of slug milk so that she keeps puking up on herself. So they're trying to capture Kara, and cream pie is trying to capture Kara, but she's puking all the poison out so she can fight again. And so there's a big fight, which is dark and dank and miserable, and so much so that you can barely see what's going on, where Lobo is fighting all the henchmen and Kara's fighting the henchmen. And then it gets to a point where the little girl, whose name I still can't remember, the little girl has an opportunity to kill Krem, and Kara stops her from killing him. And Kara says, you don't want to kill. You don't want to kill. If you kill, it will destroy you forever. You will never... Spoilers. Fucking welcome to the stream, mate. Spoilers. This film, this whole... Now it spoils... Do you know what spoils this film? The fact that they made it. That's what spoils the film. Ruthie. That's it. Ruthie. So Ruthie has the opportunity to kill Cream Pie. And Supergirl stops her, says, you can't kill. If you kill, it won't make you feel better. It'll destroy you inside. You don't want to go down this path, blah, blah, blah. Cream Pie escapes. The Black family betrayed Kara because Krem said, if you betray Kara and give her to me, I'll give you back your daughter, which I stole for sex trafficking, even though I didn't steal Ruthie for sex trafficking because I'm a benevolent evil man. I'm so confused. So Krem escapes, and then he kills the black couple, and he kills their daughter as well. So Ruthie says to Supergirl, you are a piece of fucking shit, which she is. You just care about yourself. I don't want anything. I don't want to ever be like you, ever. Sakara then bounces up into space and does that scream. In space, nobody can hear you scream. Why was she? Is it because she's so broken? Is it because of all the horrible things and the trauma she's gone through? No, it's because she just got told that she was wrong. And that's the worst thing that you can ever do to a woman. Love you, ladies. I love you. You know I love you. You know, you come on. You know, but you know I'm right. But you know I'm also telling the truth. So, it's time to go to another planet. And again, I shit ye not. Kara gets on to a ship without Ruthie and tries to leave Ruthie behind because she doesn't care. She just wants to save her own dog. But Ruthie, she snuck into the cargo hold, apparently, and so she's back on this ship now. But Ermagerd, the ship, it's all a trap to land on a planet that has a green sun. Now, the film just refers to this as a green sun. Does it say that the sun's kryptonite? No. Does it say anything of the sort? No. It says that it's a green sun. Because it would be stupid, really stupid, if it was a kryptonite sun, because that wouldn't make any sense, would it? In this tiny, tiny little universe. But somehow, this green sun, it depowers Supergirl, and she's got kryptonite poisoning because she's allergic to the color green. So Ruthie drags her into a little cave and then goes out on her own and gets captured, leaving leaving Kara in the cave. Now, somehow, don't ask me how, somehow Ruthie managed to take Kara's Supergirl costume from her ship, which had been stolen by Cream Pie, and she leaves it in the cave with Kara. Now, you could say to yourself, this is actually a great plan by Cream Pie, because he's lured her to a planet with a green sun that's depowered Supergirl, and so now he can easily defeat her because apparently Krem has the strength of 100 men. 100 men, depowered woman, he's going to smash her to pieces. Well, there's just one flaw in Cream Pie's plan. And it is a bit of a big flaw, okay? In actual fact, 1,000 men, not 100 men. He's got the strength of 1,000. Sorry, he's got the strength of 1,000 men, not 100. The flaw in his plan is pretty huge. You see, there is also another sun that orbits this planet. There's two suns. Now, how is this orbiting two suns? How is this orbiting two suns? Does he think suns are moons and they orbit the planet as opposed to the planet orbiting the... And it just so happens that the second sun is a yellow sun, which fully charges Kara. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cream Pie, sweetie, there's a huge flaw in your plan. You're fucking retarded. So Supergirl, Kara, who has been nothing but a selfish bint from start to finish, unlikable, there's nothing to root for her. She wakes up in the cave as the green sun goes down, and she looks across and she sees the costume there. And then she has a flashback to Clark on Earth, giving her the Supergirl costume. And Clark, this is the motivation which makes her put on the costume and become Supergirl. Clark hands her the costume and says, I know it's bright and I know it's gaudy, but do you know why we wear this? It's to show people we're good. And apparently, after ignoring pretty much Clark for the whole film and being horrible to him and him being the butt of every joke, that's enough motivation for Kara. Oh, yeah, I got chills. Oh, when he said that, I got chills. Chills. And do you know what those chills did? They multiplied. And I felt that I was losing control. So she puts on the Supergirl costume and becomes Supergirl now. Ruthie is in a prison cell, and in the prison cell next to her, Lobo's there. How did Lobo get captured? Don't know. He was kicking everybody's ass. The line that they gave is, he fell into a trap. Do you know what I think you fell into, Jason? I think you fell into a reshoot. I think you fell into a reshoot to put more of you into the film. So Ruthie is told. Now, by the way, Ruthie, throughout this whole film, has been a damsel in distress. Nothing wrong with that. I ain't got a problem with damsels in distress. It makes your hero look heroic. Sadly, she was lumbered with Kara, and Kara tried to leave her at every opportunity. So a guard comes in and says that Krem is going to execute you. So Ruthie is told. So Ruthie's just like, oh no, do it. Just do it now. Take me to him now. Just let's get it over and done with. And then out of absolutely nowhere, bearing in mind that we are 3/4 of the way through Act 3. We are like a couple of scenes removed from the finale. Ruthie suddenly jumps up on this guy, starts kicking his ass, throttling him to death with her chains, and fucking kills him. Kills him. Or knocks him out. But this is just it. We don't know if she killed him or knocked him out. And if she killed him, then that means she's already killed. So the whole cream pie bit at the end where it's just like, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Might be redundant because she might have already killed someone. How? I don't fucking know. The film in no capacity set her up to be an ass kicker. David, it's okay if people are just it's okay. Don't worry about stuff like that, dude. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. This is a terrible film. People are shocked. I'm not bothered about caps locks here. It's more about caps locks if people are just like, oh, pay me attention. You know, that thing. And they're not. They're just like, what the fuck? So it's all good. It's all good in the hood, dude. So, yeah, we haven't... It's all good. It's all good. You were being cool, dude. Thank you. So, yeah, it's never been established that she can fight. In actual fact, she's been brushed aside at every single opportunity in the film. And now suddenly she can kick the most assest of ass. Well set up, film. So Supergirl arrives next to Krem and his goons. Ruthie gets Lobo out of the prison cell so that he can have another scene in the film. Supergirl starts fighting, now that she's fully powered by the yellow sun, because Cream Pie's a fucking retard. She starts kicking all of their asses. Now, Supergirl, who has super speed, super strength, laser eyes, freeze breath, all of this stuff, she cannot dodge Cream Pie firing 3 arrows at her. Faster than a speeding bullet? I guess not. Not when the plot needs her to be slow. So she gets hit by 3 kryptonite darts, which start to depower her again. And Pie says, I made these kryptonite darts just for you. Sir, I have a question. Why the fuck does everybody know that kryptonite can harm Kryptonia? How does everybody... Oh, well... If Kara was stupid enough to tell Ruthie that a red sun depowers her, I guess she's stupid enough to tell him about kryptonite as well. And if it was established in Superman, but that film had no world building whatsoever, so nobody understands any of the fucking rules, they know because she's Kryptonian. How do they know she's Kryptonian? Because I'm trying to think. Probably because she went around telling everybody. I don't know. Because she's not wearing the Supergirl costume at all until the end of the film. Maybe maybe they watched Superman on VOD. Maybe they watched Superman on VOD and saw it at the end. Called Superman a bitch because he got fucking made a joke out of the whole fucking film. So Supergirl now has 3 kryptonite darts in her. And she's being poisoned again. And Ruthie, who was kicking ass, is now dangling by a rope. And then Lobo comes in and starts kicking everybody's ass. Kicking ass, kicking ass. Even though he got captured somehow. Don't care, don't ask questions. Just accept the slop. So Lobo kicks everyone's ass. Supergirl pulls out the darts, flies up into the air, gets the yellow sun's radiation because this planet is designed for cream pie to be smashed to pieces, gets charged back up again because the sun now defeats the kryptonite. When did they establish that? I don't know. Anyway, just now. And then she goes back and she starts kicking everyone's ass. And then Ruthie is stuck. And she says, Supergirl, you got to go save all of the sex-trafficked brides. Which I've already mentioned. There was about 10. There was about 10. And so when Supergirl goes to do that, Ruthie's on her own. And then Ruthie gets completely surrounded by all the bad guys. And Krem's like, I'm going to kill you now. Your Supergirl's gone. I'm going to boom. I'm going to hack your head off. And then Supergirl manages to obviously get the cage open so that all the girls can get out. All the brides, the sex trafficked brides can get out. Lobo, I think it's Lobo that blows up the ship. I can't remember. I cannot remember. I cannot fucking remember. And then before Ruthie can get killed, Supergirl rushes in and murders everybody. She just goes around killing all of the mercenaries. This whole film, she's been telling Ruthie, don't kill. It will destroy you. You don't want to go down this path. And then she just goes and murders, blows them up in their tanks, smashes them left, right, and center, laser eyes them from hundreds of feet up in the air, kills them all apart from Krem. What's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong with that. When did she suddenly become a murderer? In the film, she leaves Argo City because they're all dying of kryptonite poisoning, even though none of them are affected by solar radiation. They put her in an escape pod from Argo City that goes straight to Earth. When she lands on Earth, Superman is the one that finds her, and because she lands right by the Fortress of Solitude, which I guess was convenient. But as I said, Earth's tiny, everything's tiny. So from there, after trying to be Supergirl, she didn't like it. She was too traumatized by Argo City and people dying that she went up into space to get drunk all the time. At no point in this film have they set her up that she's been murdering people and killing people. So out of the blue, the person all film that's been saying to Ruthie, don't kill. It will break you. It won't help you. You'll have to. She now goes around murdering everybody. And then there's only one person left. And it's Cream Pie. And by the way, when she's killing all of the mercenaries, she's smashing their tanks and guns and ships, and they're nearly smashing into Ruthie. She doesn't give a fuck about looking after Ruthie. She could have been absolutely plastered by one of these exploding fucking things. So there's only one person left, and it's Cream Pie. And Ruthie has got Cream Pie cornered with her sword. And I shit ye not. Supergirl says, don't kill him. Don't become a murderer. Again, don't go down this path. You won't feel better. It will destroy you inside. And she takes the sword off Ruthie. And then Ruthie turns around crying. She starts walking away. And then Supergirl, here comes the hypocrisy. Supergirl turns. Oh yeah, she says to Ruthie, revenge. You don't want to kill on revenge. Then Ruthie's walking off, and Supergirl's got a sword, and she rams it into Cream Pie's stomach and says, that's for poisoning my dog. That's revenge, bitch! That's revenge! And then she takes the sword out and stabs him right through his neck and says, and that's for Ruthie. And murders Cream Pie. Now, has Kryptos died? No, because coincidentally, you're never going to believe this, guys, but Krem carries a vial of the antidote around his neck. Isn't that fortunate? Isn't that so fortunate? He likes to go around with a medallion of the antidote around his. That's some crazy shit. So she takes the antidote, takes it back to Crypto. Crypto's fine. Then she flies to Earth. And she goes to Clark's apartment. And then Crypto smashes everything and gets into the chocolate. And chocolate's not good for dogs. Didn't you know that? Isn't it funny? And that is where the film ends, with Superman going, no, he's got into the chocolate. And that's it. That's the film. That's the film.
Fucking hell.
It is absolutely horrendous. It was horrendous. So the plot was Ruthie wants revenge for her family, and Kara wants to save her dog. There is no twists. There's no turns. There is nothing. There's no revelations. Nothing. This was the most miserable film I have ever seen. So the movie literally became and then, and then, and then, and then the end. No post-credit scene, by the way. When I got home, I found out there was no post-credit scene. In terms of cameos, David Cornsweet as Superman, he was in it for less than 5 minutes, and he got second billing in the credits. It was Millie Alcock, then David Cornsweet. Lobo is in it for about 6 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes tops. No cameos, no other characters, no Green Lanterns, no Mr. Terrifics, no Odins, no Steppenwolfs, no Barter, nothing. Barter. No. It was an absolutely miserable beyond compare film. Jason Momoa was probably, I mean, when David Cornsweet was on the screen, you felt like a little bit of pressure lift because you're like, Superman. But they just made him he was just the butt of every joke. And one of the things which pissed me off is Kara's talking to Ruthie, and she says that line, Clark sees the good in everybody, I see the truth. And that is actually extended upon, because she says, I grew up, because she wasn't alive, by the way, when Argo City was cast into space. She wasn't alive. She was conceived as Argo City was flying through space, right? So she's like, I grew up on this city floating in space, and I saw everybody die. I have huge trauma. Clark was a baby when Krypton blew up. So he doesn't have any trauma because he was too young to understand. And I was just like, fuck you. Fuck you. So Clark's not allowed trauma because only this fucking woman is allowed the trauma. Clark isn't allowed to have, it's not like Clark just found out that his parents were fucking psycho megalomaniacs. It's not that Clark had to grow up on an alien planet being complete and utterly fucking different to everybody, not understanding why at times and trying to fit in. Oh, go fuck off. Women, yeah. Only women can have the intersectionality. Only women can have the victimhood. White men can't. Straight white men, no. No, they're straight white men. Their lives are perfect. Their lives are utterly perfect. Fucking hell. Absolutely hideous, man. Dude, Madam Web was better than this film. Madam Web was it was kind of like so bad it was funny at times. There was nothing funny about this. It was just dour, miserable, dark, brown mulch with a protagonist that was so excruciatingly unlikable. She didn't do anything in the whole film that made her likable. She was just a selfish hypocrite from start to finish. So 10 out of 10. I gave it a 2. Gave it a 2 out of 10, and I feel that might be generous. 2 out of 10. Box office numbers. Let's check to see if they're coming. I think it's a little early. Yeah, they're not in yet. But while we're here, let's just bring this up anyway. So this is its Friday. Now the Friday consists of the Thursday preview day plus the Friday. So it did 7.8 on Thursday, which means it did 10.2 on Friday. 10.2. Came in second spot, Toy Story 5 with a 70. Toy Story 5 with a 70% drop off from Friday to Friday still beat Supergirl. Still beat Supergirl. And at this same point in time, The Marvels was on 21 million. So Supergirl is currently 3 million behind The Marvels. Did Obsession? I tell you what, give Obsession a couple of days and it might beat Supergirl during the week. I'm not even fucking joking here. I'm not even joking here. And the big fear is not only is it behind The Marvels on the domestic right now, but its international is way below. It's not tracking with the domestic. It's below, substantially below. The Marvels did much better. Well, much better for what it did internationally than it did domestically. So when we get the full weekend in, The Marvels did a 56 million. The Marvels did 46 million in its opening weekend. I'm predicting, but this is a prediction just based off the numbers that we've now got. I think that Supergirl is going to do a 42, 43 million opening domestic. That's what I think it's going to do. 42 to 43, which would still put it behind The Marvels at the same point. And if The Marvels only did 206 million worldwide and it had a much better international than domestic, it did about 85 domestically and 120 internationally. If those numbers stay what's the word I'm looking for? Stay consistent. If the numbers stay consistent with the first 2 days, there is a really good chance that Supergirl might not even hit 200 million worldwide. Because let's just say this is how you got to position this logic in your brain. Let's say Supergirl does 40 million because it's just a round number. Let's say it does 40 million domestically in its first weekend, okay? Supergirl is not going to do an Obsession. It's not going to go up. Like 99.9% of movies, every weekend after it goes down and down and down. That's just the nature of the beast because most films are front-loaded. Front-loaded. So if you start off with a 40 million opening weekend domestically, even if you drop off 50%, which is in box office terms, a relatively low number. Let's just say you drop off 50%. Then that means that 40 million the next week becomes 20 million. And if it drops off another 50% the week after, that 20 million has become 10 million. And then what does that mean that you've made over 3 weeks? 70 million domestically. So you see how the diminishing returns hit in. Now, What do I think the drop-off's going to be next week? It's really tough to call. The movie's being received exceedingly poorly, so you would think it's going to have a massive drop-off. But having, dealt with the box office for so many years now, when you start off so low, like this is going to do, it could drop off by 40-something% because it doesn't have that much of an audience in the first place. So it's going to be really interesting to see how much it drops off. Because if this drops off more than 50% in the first weekend to weekend, at this point next week, let's say it drops off, people are saying in the chat 60, 65%. Very feasible numbers, by the way. Those are very feasible numbers. Let's just say, for argument's sake, we're here this time next week and Supergirl's dropped off by 60, 65%. I don't think there is a cat in hell's chance it's even going to get to 200 million. That's... Ooh. And to think that this is Gunn's second cinematic release in his DCU. And this had a budget of 170. They're saying as high as 186. I reckon this is over 200. Because this is just a CGI slop. There's nothing really practical here at all. It's just CGI slop. But using their own numbers, because it's fun to always use their numbers, particularly when it fails miserably. But using their numbers, $170 million production budget. You haven't even added marketing on. And this probably 70 to 100 million in marketing. And even if we take 70, which is generous, that's 240 million invested before any of the cuts taken, box office cut. So it's got to hit around 480 to 500 to break even, give or take, but there or thereabouts. And this movie is right for now until we get that weekend in. Right for now, based off the first 2 days, if it remains consistent to the first 2 days, and it can change, it could have a much better Saturday. The prediction on the Sunday could be much better. But if it remains consistent to the first 2 days, this is going to struggle to hit 200. Worldwide. Not domestic, worldwide. I don't think that this is going to make it to 100 million domestic. I don't think it's going to hit 100 mil domestic. The Friday to Friday drop-off for next week, normally you get a big number because the first Friday incorporates the previous day. That's why it says days one and not one there. Preview nights are not counted in the charts because it's not an official release date. The official release date is the Friday. So you bundle what the Friday did into the Thursday. So normally when you do a Friday to Friday comparison, you can have a huge number, a 90% drop off, which has happened before. As I just mentioned, Toy Story 5, 70% drop off because it incorporated the preview night. Because the Friday and the Thursday are reasonably low, Supergirl might not even, have a 70% Friday to Friday. It might have a 60%. It might have a 55% because the numbers are so fucking low. Iron Lung is out of the theaters now. It's out of the theaters. Obsession was meant to be coming out of the theaters, but it's still ticking because it's doing so fucking well. Here, we've already got Obsession's weekend in. So here we go. Obsession. The weekend's already in for it. Look at that. Look at that. It's not done a single day below $1 million. Not a single fucking day. Crazy. You know, it starts off, it all looks very modest, but very good. But the consistency up. Look at all that blue. Look at all that blue. That means up. Up. Still ups. Still blues. Weeks later. Still better than last week. This week, up against last week. Up against the previous day. It's crazy. It's absolutely, it's doing amazing. It's doing absolutely amazing. And that's just the domestic there. Worldwide, 351 million. 351 million. On a budget of $750,000 to $1 million. That was its budget. The most profitable film of the year by a country mile. And then Toy Story 5. I think the Toy Story 5 numbers are in. So Supergirls could theoretically, yeah. 21 million on the Friday, which beat Supergirl, which did 18. 27 million on the Saturday, and a predicted 22 million on the Sunday. The predictions tend to be pretty tight. Pretty tight. Sometimes, you know, give or take $1 million at times, but pretty tight. So it's Toy Story 5 has moved to 585 million worldwide. And that's what you want. That is exactly what you want. You want your international to at least track with your domestic. You need, if that is keeping pace, you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. Now we'll start to go through the supers now. I'm going to keep my eye on Supergirl's numbers. If they drop during the supers, I will let you know. Also, let me know if you see the numbers come in. Say, as the numbers are in, and I will deal with that. Because I need to have the chat open there and the supers on that one. So I'm going to be just periodically jumping back and forth. 44 Magnum Norse with a $20. The Realm's Delight. Dude, I'm delighted. I'll tell you what. You can call me all the names under the sun. I don't care. Honestly, don't care. I am fucking Joseph Gordon loving it. Loving this. I couldn't think of anything more deserving of a mega flop than this crap. Should never have been the second movie released. That script should never have been approved in the first place. You shouldn't have had back-to-back super films. It made no fucking sense whatsoever. Everything surrounding this was saying disaster. Then we saw the trailers, fucking horrendous. Then we saw the interviews, absolute clown shows. Nothing has been more deserving of utter failure than the arrogance and pomp from these people surrounding this film. As we can call you sweetie. You can call me sweetie. You can call me sweetie. I don't mind. I like sweetie. But you can call me what you want. Big PD81 gifting a membership to the stream. Thank you again, dude. Aurelio with a 23-month thank you. And Big PD81 gifting another membership to the stream. Again, thank you, dude. Boobies. Can we call you Mr. Poopy Pants? Yeah? Although we all know that somebody else deserves that line way more than me. Azzy Poo, that gets me hard. Lady Erin, that gets me hard. D Banham with a 37-month thank you. Malcolm Tucker with a $20 says, hi, Az, your show is way better than Jeremy Hambley's. There's nothing happening. How was your weekend? Dead Edge! Whoa, buddy! Yes, F's in the chat for the quartering. Apparently there's just no news on planet Earth right now. There's no news on planet Earth right now. F's in the chat. F's in the chat. F's in the chat. Fuck me. Burnout to the $2. Young Washington from Angel Studios. Yeah or nah? Burnout, I'd say nah. And I'll tell you why. Angel Studios completely sold out with Animal Farm. Hey, Purple. How you doing, sweetie? They completely sold out with Animal Farm. They attacked their audience, which they had been nothing but amazing with them. Angel Studios decided that they actually wanted to be a part of the system, and being part of the system means you attack your fans. So fuck Angel Studios. Fuck them in all their fuckholes. Still mad about GTA 6. Give me a physical disc. Hey guys, no physical disc. 2 levels of fuck, I don't know because my brain's gone dead. Of just downloadable media, but with gate kept content behind the most expensive. Fuck off. Hey, Psychotic Mongoose, dude. But dude, you do you. If you want to go see it, you go see it. I'm never going to tell somebody I'm never going to talk somebody out of going to the theater. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that you go see Supergirl, but I'm not going to say, don't go see this film. I'm not ever going to go, don't go. You do you. If you want to go see it, you go do it. Belle's great. She's been doing very well to keep cool during this massive heat wave. She's a little angel. She's my little sweetie pie. And yeah, I love her to pieces. She's really skittish. That's never going to change. Malcolm Tucker gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Malcolm, thank you. Again, thank you. And Magnum North dropping another $10 says, how much for the AC? I'm your Huckleberry. I'll be your Huckleberry. Look, thank you. By the way, thank you. That's a really nice offer. I've had a portable AC unit. I have had one. But they are so loud. They're so loud. So when I'm trying to do a video or stream, it's just too loud. So I gave it to Mr. Porkchop. I gave it to him. And I've got stuff like, oh no, where is it? Oh, it's in the bedroom. Fuck. I got like a little handheld fan to blow my face. Giggity. Talking about blowing on faces, Did you anyway? Shaky owns with a membership for 15 months. I nearly fucked that one up. Thank you, Shaky. And Big PD gifting another membership to the stream. Big PD, thank you. Jackson Cagle with a $5 says, "Hello, good people. All you good people, listen to me." Crimson Shadow with a £3 super sticker. It's Crimson Shadow, so it's a fist bump. Boom. Right back at you. AC units are just by definition loud. Also, I had to have the window open to put the tube out. And therefore, having the window open. And guys, I don't know if you know this about me. And if I'm oversharing, there's a bit of a problem with some people oversharing on the internet right now. But if I'm oversharing too much, you got to go shush. But I'm a loud fucker. I'm a massive gobshite. I don't know if you're aware of this. And so when you've got the window open and you're screaming like a fucking retard, then the neighbors kind of be like, wait, what? That doesn't sound right. I know, right? I would have to have an AC unit built into the window. Now, that's something that I might do one day, is that because I want to have that window taken out and replaced because it's kind of frosted on the inside of the double glazing, which is fucking doing my tits in. So it would be nice to have it cut out, get an AC unit attached at the top, and then a new window fitted below. I'm a shouty person. Noah Mint with the $5 says, "Hello, Az. Decided to play the original Final Fantasy VII so I can have a better understanding of the whole thing. So far, I like the remake series and the OG about equally. I think the OG is way better. But I've enjoyed the remakes to some degree. Like, there's parts of the story which have been really good. There's other parts of the story which not so much. But ultimately, I haven't finished the second one yet. I'm very close, but I haven't finished the second one yet. And it's always a bit of a red flag to me that if I haven't finished a Final Fantasy game, and I love my Final Fantasy, then there's probably a problem with that game. I couldn't finish Final Fantasy 16. There are parts of that story which I really do like. But as the story goes on, it just remains nihilistic. And it was so difficult for me to continue on with this very nihilistic story, this almost hopelessness with the story. And I think I was like 90% of the way through Final Fantasy 16. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't push myself to do that final 10%. Which is a shame. And it's the same with Rebirth. I've gone so far in Rebirth, but I'm just struggling to finish it. And then I'm thinking, the third one's going to be very similar, and it's just proving very difficult to get through. It's proving to be very, very difficult to get through. So the OG, I couldn't play that enough. I remember where I was working, and I remember there was a guy at work. I was making no money. I had no money, but I shared an apartment with one of the guys from work, and what we would do, because we were both broke, is we would actually combine our paychecks to do stuff. So we combined our paycheck and we bought a PlayStation 1. And then a guy at work, and I can't remember his name. Sorry, dude. A guy at work loaned me his copy of Final Fantasy VII. And that was it. I could not believe, because I was so used to playing the Mega Drive era. Was it Jeremy? No. But weirdly enough, he was called Gary. Not Nerdrotic, but weirdly enough, he was called Gary. He was actually called Gary. And you know, you'd never played an RPG like Final Fantasy VII before. It was something complete and utterly different. Hey, Kara. Magnum Norse with the $5 says Keir Starmer's a wanker. That is true. That is actually objectively true. And other words, baguette might be another. Malcolm Tucker with the $5 says, as you're the best, I hope you survive the heat. Take care, brother. It's cooler today. It's definitely cooler today, but it's very humid, but it's cooler, which is nice. Nice. Sandy has become a member. Thank you, Sandy. James Potkins has become a member. James Potkins. Great name. Thank you. Mexi Rage with a $2 says James Cuck is coping and seething. He can't believe the box office he's seeing. Just checking. It's not updated. Supergirl box office not updated. I think there's a legitimate call for him to be fired. I do. I think there's a legit call. The Batman was a better movie than any of the stuff that James Gunn's done, or the series that James Gunn's done. And the Penguin was fantastic. And remember, the next film is Clayface, and Clayface wasn't even meant to be in his universe. It was a finished script. It was a finished script, so it got greenlit. Why is James Gunn just greenlighting these things?
Because when you greenlight stuff, it's more difficult to get you fired if you're still in production.
It's the Alex Kurtzman defense. If I keep getting Star Trek into production, makes it more difficult to fire the person. But that's now come to an end for Kurtzman. And this James Gunn, Man of Tomorrow, quick, get into production. Clayface, get into production. Wonder Woman movie on the way. We're just about to start filming Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd. What the fuck? Who the fuck is wanting to see Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla fucking Grodd? So this is the time where the Ellisons, I think, have just got to step in and go, shut it all down. Shut it all down. You're gone. Sean Monk with a 15 months says, hello, Az and chat. Nobody wants to sit through the credits of that one. Agreed. Everybody got up and left, including me. I couldn't give a shit if there was a post-credit scene. Nobody could give a shit if there was a post-credit scene. We just wanted to get out of there. We wanted out. Van with a €5. The Nightfall looks really promising. Nightfall looks really promising. Most of the DC animated adaptations were not good. Hope this is different. I do think Last Halloween was good. I agree. I think the adaptations, it is Grodd. Yeah, Grodd, not Zod. The other, I think, you know, like the Hush adaptation was terrible. The Killing Joke adaptation was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. I do have some, I can't say who or what or why, but I'll just say this. I do have some insider information on Nightfall. And I just want to tell you, it's very positive information. And I only found out after I'd done my review. After I'd done my review and breakdown and everything. And I think it's looking really good. It's looking really promising. And then let's just say there was some communications with me. And I've heard some very positive information about Nightfall, which has got me even more excited. So, Zodlander with a 50 Swedish says, as pray for my PC. It crashed and I need to spend about 1,600 Swedish to fix it. Fuck Windows 11. And by the way, fuck Crypto's current owner. Kara is useless. Dude, I had a couple of scares with my PC recently. My Rode Podcaster 2, by the way, I think it's on the way out. It keeps fucking up. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous that I might have to get myself a brand new audio mixer, and that stuff is like 600 fucking quid or more. Nick the Quick with a 20 Canadian. Many years ago, Carl Pilkington once scoffed at the notion of being on television, saying it was special when there were a few channels, but now there's loads of garbage on there, so it's not special anymore. How right was he? Look, I couldn't agree more. Less is more. There's a reason why that's a phrase. Less is more. Nowadays, we one of the reasons why we've had such a dip in quality in television streaming services is because there's just a need for content. Not quality, there's just a need for content. We need to put content on there. And then add on top of that, you have things like YouTube and stuff like that. You've access to the whole world of just regular people doing weird shit, talking about awesome stuff. You know, your choice, it's the most it's ever been. And yet, probably 95% of it is slop. But yes, when the news, by the way, before 24-hour news, the world in itself was a better place. 24-hour news became something that no longer needed to tell the news. It needed to capture an audience. We need you to come to our 24-hour channel. And so news became fear-mongering. News became sensationalism. News became, we're all gonna die! Everybody, we're gonna fucking die! There's death everywhere! You're gonna fucking die! Be scared! Be fearful! But come to us. Come to us, though. We'll tell you we'll tell the truth. And then the truth became another word that meant nothing. Why tell the truth when you can be first to tell a story? And if you think that's exaggeration or hyperbole, how many times has the BBC got caught editing out stuff, doctoring stuff to make it appear that something was said one way, but it wasn't at all? And as Denzel Washington said, you no longer, you no longer want the desire to tell the truth. You just want the desire to be first. I would say, because you get that thing, if you don't watch, you're ill-informed, as he said. And if you watch too much, you're misinformed. Again, Denzel Washington, fucking legend. Love that man. The numbers are out as. Thank you. I'll say this. Turn off. I would. This is a recommendation, not telling you what to do, but I would recommend turn off the news. Turn off the news. When you turn off the news, trust me, life becomes a better place. Right, let's see. The international is in. Which is, oh dear, by the way. I see the international, but I don't see the domestic yet. Yes, no, it is in. It is in. They just have an update. Oh, way. Okay. So what did I predict, chat? I predicted 40. Also, yeah, cancel. Very good advice. I've done it. Purple's done it. Cancel your TV license. Defund the BBC. I predicted, based off what I saw from the Thursday, Friday, 42 to 43 million. 38. 38. That Saturday is horrendous. I thought it would do around 15 million on the Saturday. That's what I thought was going to, when I say bump it up, that's what I thought was going to get to the 42, 43. I thought it was going to do about 15. It did 10.7. It did essentially the same on Saturday that it did on Friday. And that is a horror story. Because your Saturdays are normally the biggest day. Your opening Saturday. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. And then the Sunday, the prediction is 9.1. I'm going to make a prediction. I think it's going to be lower. I think the Sunday is going to go down a little bit. I think it's going to go. We don't do spam here, Sunshine, and we don't do caps locks. Okay. And we don't do unsolicited. I think that's going to go into the 8.9, 8.8, 8.9. But I think that's going to go down by 100,000 or two. But 38 now. Here's the kicker. It's 38, not 18. 38 domestic, 30 internationally. So the international is nowhere close to pace. It's nowhere close to pace with the domestic. So here's just some facts. The Marvels opened up to 46.1 million domestic. This opens to 38. It is 8.1 million behind the Marvels now. The Marvels did better, substantially better, to the tune of nearly 40 million. It did better internationally than it did domestically. And it ended on 206 million worldwide. Supergirl is 8.1 million behind the Marvels domestically, and it's way behind internationally. Because that's 38 and that's 30. So the international is not even keeping pace with the domestic. Right for now, Supergirl is not looking to hit 200 million worldwide. It's looking like it's going to end sub 200 million. Unless something drastic starts to happen during the week. It looks like it's ending below 200 million. Whoopsies. Oopsie doopsies. Oh well. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. That's just the way life goes. That's life. Oh yeah. Insomniac has been a member for 35 months. Thank you. Badashalaka with a 20 Australian says, greetings from Australia, as a fan of Angry Joe's early work, it's sad to see him crashing out at you guys. He is hoping he has a come to Jesus moment. He won't. And y'all can get along. Anyway, cheers for laughs. I have my personal reasons for disliking Joe a lot. I've had some personal dealings with him, and he's a piece of fucking shit. Piece of shit. He won't have a come to Jesus moment, I'm afraid, dude, because he thinks he's right. He cannot be wrong. Even everybody that's absolutely ribbing him online, he's never wrong. He's Angry Joe. He's the best. He's so good. He's so amazing. He's his arrogance and his ego, unfortunately, no, he won't have any realization. None. I mean, you should see, you see what he's posting. He's posting that he's right. I'm right. I'm right. They're wrong. I don't like it for the right reasons. They don't like it for the wrong reasons. Blah, 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 blah. He's stupid. And unfortunately, he's a stupid person that doesn't think he's stupid, which makes him even more stupid and come across even more stupid. He can't be reasoned in. I've tried to talk to the guy in the past, and he's a fucking brick wall. You cannot get through to him. He goes, well, if you talk to me, I've talked to you, Joe. We've talked, and you're a fucking brick wall of fucking ignorance, as well as being a piece of shit. Yeah. KKK took my baby away with a $2. Says, thanks for not watching my movie. Captain JPS with a $2. Angry Joe yells at clouds in all caps tax. Yes. Text, I think that was meant to be. But yes. And he calls it nuance. He'll call that nuance. There was the 500 Australian from Jay Beezy. Again, Jay, you're a fucking legend. Scooter has been a member for 28 months. Thank you, Scooter. Calioth with a $5 says, stopped comics post Doom 2040 run. The writing all just died off. Nothing till Yaira. Loved it. Prayers for my sis cat, Rascal. He has a thyroid issue. Loads of love to the kitty, dude. As a cat dad, as a cat daddy. Big love to your cat, dude. Lots of love. Love and prayers. Python Bacon has been a member for 27 months. Thank you. Scooter again with a $2. Says, keep up the good job. You're an inspiration. Oh, bloody hell, I hope not. Bloody hell, I hope not, mate. If I am, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. Zodlander with a 20 Swedish says, why the fuck was Supergirl allergic to green sun? I mean, like I said, I think the implication was that it was a kryptonite sun, which makes no sense. I mean, it's comic books, so you can do what the fuck you want, I guess. But when your film couldn't even establish that it was a kryptonite sun, which again is stupid, because you mean you've got Kara living in a universe where there's a kryptonite fucking sun, but the suns must be so tiny that these suns are orbiting a fucking planet and not vice versa, because there's but there just so happened to be a yellow sun on the other side, so it's all good. It's all good. It was the dumbest shit. It was the dumbest shit I ever saw, man. Jackson Cagle with a $10 says, Stratford upon Avon here. Well, how Shakespearean of you. Yes. I once tread the boards, as in a school play. Mojo with a €6 says, who's your favorite DC character? It's Batman. Everyone knows it's Batman. Well, you didn't, I guess. So fair play. Huge Batman fan, dude. I got all kinds of Batman stuff coming out the fucking wazoo. From beautiful statues to my comic collection to other toys to paintings. Yeah. I'm a wee bit of a Batman fan. Mine's Constantine. That's a proper English bloke. Miss you on FNT. It was legendary. I said to Gary, if you want me, I'll be available to discuss Supergirl. Hey, it was a great show. I saw some of it. Great 16K viewers I saw at one point. Brilliant stuff. We've been over 2,000 today. I think we've peaked at around about 2.2, which is fucking awesome, guys. For an afternoon tea. Everybody wants to get in on the party of fucking Supergirl failing. Crabs are dancing on the beach. Chris Gore did indeed get married today. Yes. I kept it secret. I wished him all the best a few days ago. And I hope he has a wonderful married life. Big congrats to Chris Gore. Guys, super chat me to say congratulations to Chris Gore. You're welcome. Hey, I'm a selfless kind of a guy. Paula Dentro Rasca with a 10 Brazilian. I've been here since the WoW days. Woohoo! I'm a broke Brazilian with 3 kids, an ancient car, and the financial stability of a level 1 boar. Sorry the donation isn't bigger. Thanks for... Right, Paula, first and foremost, never apologize. If you've dropped a super chat, you've gone above and beyond. You know, it's a very, very small percentage that do that. So massive, massive thank you. Also, rule number 1 is always look after yourself first. I don't have a lot of rules, but the first rule is look after yourself first. But Paula, massive thank you. If you've been a fan since the WoW days, thank you so much indeed. I've actually been playing a little bit of Hearthstone recently in my spare time. Holy shit, that game's completely broken. And I watched Wow Krendor's video yesterday as well about how retail WoW just doesn't feel right anymore. He did it in a very flowery way, but yeah, I sort of had a little bit of an itch to maybe do a bit of classic WoW. Hardcore to do a bit, maybe do a hardcore classic WoW. I don't know. I was having a little bit of an itch. I don't know. We'll see. Roland the Wretched with a $200 super chat. Until it's the end of the month. Since my monthly chats are not going to Vegas 2027, are you going to nights that end in Y in Brighton? Livid Pigeon believes I deserve details. I think he wants confirmation you are getting bummed by his brother. What is this? Who's Livid Pigeons and who's his brother? It's okay. Bummed. Come on, Terry. Depraved minds want to know. Enjoy microwave fuck off. Whatever you need to get you through the day. Whatever you've made up in your head, Roland, that's absolutely happening. 100%. Dramatica Laur with a 1 month membership. Spill the tears. I have only been to Brighton once in my life, and it was with my girlfriend at the time, who, by the way, was the worst driver on the fucking planet. And I thought I was going to die. Needless to say, we didn't last that long as a couple. Just saying, we didn't last that. I do remember though, I went to a geeky store and I bought a superheroes Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Now this is back in 1997, so this is an OG one. Where you got the Green Lantern ring that you could fill it with water and squirt, and water would come out the Green Lantern ring. Unfortunately, Roland, I didn't get bummed up the bum by a bummer. Roland the Wretched. Laura short for Laura. Gotcha. Thank you, Laura. Hey. Dramatica Laura. There you go. With a 1 month. There you go, Laura. Sorted that out. Thank you. Roland the Wretched with a 21 month says it's almost 2 years, Terry, and you still haven't muted me, right? So why would you try to fuck with that? Your first mistake was going to Brighton. I agree. I agree. I concur. Will miracles never cease? Remember, you will always be my favorite Papua New Guinean. Yeah, Will. Don't you be rocking that boat, Roland, then. Don't you be rocking that boat. Legalize adulthood with a $100 super chat. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I can't believe you put an extra 10 years on me. I'm no boomer, mate. James Gunn's Superman was the last movie me ma saw before she passed on December 7th. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Nobody needs to see that as their last movie. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't resist. I'm so sorry. I couldn't resist. I'm so sorry. We both thought it was nah. Reeves Superman was best so far. Reed, Simonson, Thor. Legalize adulthood. Sweetie. I have it in my front room. I have the books in my front room, dude. I've been reading. I have them in my front room. I can put something on the TV and I've had that out because I got the 3 volumes and I get it out and I've been fucking reading them, dude. You're welcome. And speaking of welcome, Legalize Adulthood dropping 20 gifted memberships to the screen. Thank you again, dude. I'm sorry to put 10 years on you, bud. You probably deserved it. I don't. Ministry of Wrong Thing with a membership for 37 says, isn't kryptonite just pieces of krypton? So did this movie make an equivalent to being inherently allergic to the dirt and rocks on their own planet? Kryptonite comes from Krypton. So this is why, how can you have a kryptonite sun? It doesn't make sense. But it is crystal, like condensed crystals from the planet of Krypton. So how can that have created a sun in the space of 30 years? A sun that seems to orbit a planet and not vice versa. I don't know. I don't even want to. But as I said, the way that you get kryptonite poisoning is the kryptonite reacts to the yellow sun's solar radiation. That's what causes the poisoning. So they aren't poisoned by kryptonite if they haven't got, I don't know. Maybe they changed the law, you know, like without telling anybody. I don't know. Big PD81 with a $10 says, congratulations on your keep going. Great show and thanks for an awesome Sunday morning. Cheers, mate. Hey, I'm not very good at that. There you go. A bit of a live long and prosper to you, bud. But yeah, day 45. Boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Day 45. 5 days away from day 50. Ruh-roh. Gorbs with a £10 says, remember, in Hollywood, if it's not on screen, then it does not exist. Cream pie was not on screen and thus, by the rules of quantum reality, exists everywhere until observed. Correct. That's why he can just sneak up onto spaceships. Chimera with a 5 Australian says, I thought gun glazers were the majority of DC fans. Where were they for Supergirl? I'll do you one better, Chimera. I'll pose you what I believe to be an even more thought-provoking question, okay? Where were the women? Where were the women that this was supposedly made for? Why didn't they turn out in droves? Because it's made for them. Apparently it's made for us, but it's not made for us. But it's $170 million budget, which means it's made for as many people as possible, because that's a fucking huge number, and you need a huge fucking number to go see it to make that money back. But where were the women? Just the same with the Marvels. Who made up the bulk of the audience for Marvels? Was it men? Was it? It was men. What are the bets that more men have seen Supergirl than women right now? I'm going to say it's probably pretty high. I reckon I would take that bet. And I'm not a betting guy. I guess it's this mythical audience in their mind. Do you know what, Purple? Halfway through that film, I felt like sliding out the cinema and sliding into Masters of the Universe again. Because I actually enjoyed Masters of the Universe. It tanked horrendously. But I actually thought it was a bit of fun. Who's it for? Do you know what, DJ? I couldn't tell you who this film was for. I think it was for sweaty, smelly, hairy feminists that don't brush their teeth and don't bathe. I think that's who it was for. I guess. I don't know. I'm confused. X in Wonderland with a $2. Quartering is now looking up forced creme pies. That's some deep lore there, folks. But if you know, you know. An X in Wonderland, that is a fucking banger of a gag. That is a banger of a fucking gag there, dude. You get a fucking clap from me. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Dramatica Laura with a 3 Australian. Was there a Teletubby son in Supergirl? Probably. Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. I think it was potentially that. Maybe it was a Teletubby son. Maybe it was a SpongeBob SquarePants son. I don't know. It certainly wasn't a real fucking son. I'll tell you that for nothing. Big PD81 with the $2 says, thanks for a great show, Az and chat. Cheers. Hey, thank you Thank you. Duty Streams with a membership with 12 months. Thank you, Duty Streams. Duty, did the quartering steal your thumbnail from Angry Joe? Have I got that wrong? I saw somebody that was your thumbnail, and it was like Angry Joe and there's Gary on one side, me on another side. There's somebody else, and I can't remember who it is as well. I don't know if it's Disprue or Jeremy. I saw that on your video because I watched that video. And then I saw another picture, and it had the quartering in the top corner and then the quartering down at the bottom. And I thought, did he take that thumbnail? Was it Mauler? I don't know. Did he take that? I don't know. You just don't know on the internet nowadays. Anyway, 12 months from Duty Streams. And Duty with a $20 as a Spaniard / Portuguese mutt. My family is from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Puerto Ricans are racially white. The racial makeup for most is 75% Euro, 15% Native American, 10% North African. Joe's being a racist, just like his Supergirl take is stupid. Well, yeah. I mean, we can see Joe's color. We can see his color. So when somebody like that goes, fuck white people, you have to just roll your eyes to the back of your fucking head. Maybe he doesn't identify. That's probably it. Gito with a $5 says, so in Supergirl's James Gunn, she drinks slug urine, slug titty milk, and eats slug poop. Yes. Yeah, she drinks slug titty milk and eats slug poop. Oh, but the gag was she goes in, she opens it up, she scoops it into the popcorn bucket like she's done this a million times and knows what she's eating. Then she puts one in her mouth and goes, this tastes like shit. Because it came from the animal's rectum. I can't understand why the audience didn't erupt into laughter. I'm so confused. Why didn't they erupt into laughter? I don't get it. Anywho, Gunn really has a thing about slugs or about eating excrement. Probably both. Well, he comes from trauma. You can take the man out of trauma, but you can't take the trauma out the man. Duty Streams with the $2 says, also, greens, suns / stars don't exist. No, but like I said, it's a comic book. You can make up what you want. It just doesn't make sense still. And again, I want to stress, the film at no point said that this was a kryptonite sun, which again, stupid. But you need that qualifier. They just said it's a green sun. That's the only way they described it. Oh no, it's a green sun. Right. Is it emerald dust? Is it because, suns are gases that are just constantly in a state of... It was just referred to as a green sun. Zodlander with a 20 Swedish. Get this Sinestro core to power her up with fear. Well, I said in my review, because it just refers to it as a green sun, no qualifier that it's kryptonite or anything like that. It came across that Supergirl's allergic to the color green. So I said, what is this? Is this like Green Lantern? This isn't like Green Lantern, who has issues with yellow. I don't know. Maybe it was made out of broccoli. I would eat that, son, because I actually like broccoli. I do like me some broccoli. Long stem broccoli as well, you know, so you can really get it. Ministry of Wrong Think with a $2 is Kara is Kara is bisolar. I'm going to allow this. I'm going to allow this gag. I'm going to allow that gag. Mojo with a €2.50. Does a pink sun make her straight or more gay? That's a good question. That's a good question. I think if she came across a labia sun, that would make her gay. But pink eye, getting pink eye from the stink eye would be more. Yeah. Yeah. If it was a pink. Zodlander with a 20 Swedish. Is Rebel Moon on par with Supergirl Awards? I didn't touch Rebel Moon with a barge pole. Rebel Moon looked horrendous. I could not bring myself to watch it. I could not bring myself to watch that shit. It looked so bad, and not bad in a funny way. It looked really bad in a, oh my God, can you fuck off with the slow-mo? It's just making the film longer. So, yeah. Game Plush with a $5 says, was arguing with Gun Gooners on this film. Can't wait for this thing to flop. Well, sir, you've already got your wish. Because the weekend numbers are out and it's done her. It's a $68 million opening.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. It's 38 million domestic. So again, chat, if it goes down by 50% next week, just 50, if it goes down by just 50% next week, that 68 worldwide becomes 34. And then that 34 the week after becomes 17. And that 17 the week after becomes 8.5. This film isn't going to hit $200 million. Appreciate you, Az. No, appreciate you. I appreciate you. Steve Rossman with a $20 says, congratulations on day 45. Day 45, baby. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that, man. Axel Foley with a 2 Australian. Supergirl is 10 out of 10. Not the movie you're retelling. Look, again, hand on heart, all honesty. Millie Alcock is the worst Supergirl that there's been. Helen Slater, she was lovely. Melissa Benoist, much better. That lass from The Flash was a better Supergirl than Millie Alcock. Worst Supergirl yet. Live action. As is Wonky Eyebrow has been a member for 48. Thank you. Brockyman with a $5 says, did you see where Sony's going to delete people's purchased movies because of a license with Studio Canal ending? Physical media for the win. Yes. Sony are deleting a lot of movies from people's libraries. I'm a huge advocate of physical media. If you can, even video games. Like, I purchase a lot of video games on Steam, and while Gabe is still alive, I feel secure. When Gabe dies, I'm going to shit my pants. But if there's a game that I purchase on Steam that I really like, and there's a physical copy, I'll buy that. So I'll always have a physical copy. Laura Vandervoort was not good. No, stop that. Stop it. And Brocky Man with another $5 says, damn it, Az. Get the portable AC to use when you sleep. Hang out alone, cool down the place before you can make videos. Come on, man. I know. I know. But again, the one that I had one of those tubes, so I had to have the window open, and then we had that thing that you put in the window so you can slit the tube in, but it seals the window. So, and that was nice. It was good for the bedroom, but it's very loud. It's very loud. I don't think portable's the way to go. You need a proper, you know. Iris Roda has been a member for 35 months. Thank you. And Edwin has been a member for 4. Thank you. And Kara has been a member for 36 months. Unfortunately, sharing a name with the worst superhero on planet Earth. 3 years. Love you, boo. Love you. I'll see you in an hour. I'll see you in an hour for Sunday Fun Day. QBG's back. We got a new game this week, which I'm happy about, but also sad because I fucking love headliners. I love the headliners. But yeah, new game today, and we're all in it to win it. And Iris Roda with a £5 says, before I repented and became a Christian in 2023, treated Final Fantasy VII OG as the Bible. It's one of the greatest RPGs ever made. There's just no doubt. And it was legitimately groundbreaking as well. Legitimately groundbreaking. Sandy with a €5 says, I thought the Marvels couldn't be topped being shite and cringe, but man, I was wrong. I saw Supergirl yesterday and was almost walking out. I wouldn't have gone look, disclaimers and all that kind of stuff. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, there was no chance in hell I would have gone to see this movie. And I was sat there, and believe you me, I mean, I was reclined in my seat and very comfortable. The air conditioning was on. I was cool. I had a cup of coffee with me. And, you know, there's times you sat there and you just go, I want to sneak out and just sneak into Masters of the Universe. Just sneak out of that, go into Masters of the Universe and watch the ending. You were in the cinema as and not the strip club? No. I've never been to a strip club in my life. Malcolm Tucker with a $5 says, as what's up with Final Fantasy 14? Has it got better? I only got to level 95. I couldn't stand old girl any longer at that point. I don't know. I got to level 100 and then I just never played it again. And I even unsubscribed a few months ago, which is the first time I've unsubscribed since the game had come out. A Realm Reborn had come out. So I don't know. And the new expansion doesn't come out till January of next year. I don't know. Maybe later in the year I'll try and get into it. I don't know. But it was not doing it for me. Sandy with a €20 says, I bet the next thing they do is blame misogynistic men for it flopping. Always do. But I thought it was crap too, and I'm a woman. It doesn't matter. If you're a woman, well, as I use Star Wars Girl as the example, she had to go at Angry Joe, and the first thing that Angry Joe did is call her a pick me. So, you know, nothing shows the hypocrisy of male feminism than people like Angry Joe. But if you're a woman and you don't like it, then you're probably a Trump supporter. If you don't live in America, then you're probably a Trump supporter. And if you organically give legitimate reasons why you didn't like it, then you're probably a Trump supporter. That's how the rules work, I think. Rod Thunderheart has become a member. Nice one, Rod. At the gym as well. Good one, bud. Rick 1662 has been a member for 45. Thank you, Rick. As his wonky eyebrow with a £2 says, congratulations to Frank Gore. Big time. Big congrats to Frank Gore. Bill Palia with a 29-month. Thank you, Bill. Look, Bill is a Trump supporter, so he clearly, his opinion is invalid on movies. And Rod Thunderheart with a 100 Canadian super chatter.
Hail as a moment to plug my book, See Through Love, a romance, martial arts, sci-fi comedy drama, a spy thriller, a Spanish teacher who can become invisible when angry, but is shocked to discover the new gym teacher is blind, but can see her when visible. Frisian Press on Amazon. Hey, if that tickles your fancy, anybody, go check it out. Go check it out. What's it called again? It's called, See Through Love. Is there any titties? Sandy25 with a €5 says, it was my wedding anniversary yesterday. Congratulations. Congratulations and all the best to Chris Gore. Big time. Big time. Sam Masters with a $5 says, had a dream that the heel did fight the babyface and woke up gay. It's still June, right? Yeah, I mean, it's the 28th. Oh, no. Oh.
I left the modulator on. Or did I? I left... It's the 20. It's still June, Sam. That your dream is allowable. Your dream is allowable. Rod Thunderheart with another 50 Canadian. Hey, I am not a lumberjack or fur trader. I don't eat blubber or live in an igloo. Isn't igloo racist now? Oh, he's off. What is it? I don't know. Or own a dog sled. I don't know Jimmy, Sally, or Susie from Canada. Come on, everybody knows Susie. Everybody knows Susie. Come on. Blimey. Although I'm certain they're really, really nice. I have a prime minister, not a president. I mean, same here. Unfortunately, ours is a massive cockhead. I pronounce it sorry, I automatically kicked into Canadian a boot. This is for another 50. I pressed the wrong thing again. I pronounce it about, not a boot. I can proudly sew my country's flag on my backpack. I believe in peacekeeping, not policing. I believe in diversity, not assimilation. And that the beaver is a truly proud and noble animal. A toque is a hat. Well, I believe in both diversity and assimilation. Like, I believe in diversity of culture. I like diversity of culture because it inspires people. It makes them creative. But I also believe that if you are moving from one country to another country, then you should be assimilating into that culture. If you want to live there, then you need to be assimilating into that culture. Doesn't mean you have to forsake your culture, but it means that you have to assimilate into the country's culture that you belong to. So I believe in both. Malcolm Tucker with a $10 says Christopher Reeve's Superman is the best Superman. I got to agree with you on that one. Enrique Caro with a 13 months says, I'm getting the distinct impression that you didn't like Supergirl. What? What? What gave you that? What? Unbelievable. I could be wrong though. And wow. That is slander or libel. I can't remember which right now. Rob Thunderheart with another 20 Canadian. Chesterfield is not a couch. It is pronounced Z, not Z. Z. Canada is the second largest landmass, the First Nation of hockey, and the best part of North America. My name is Rod Thunderheart, and I am Canadian. Well, Rod very bravely coming out the closet during Pride Month there. Thank you, Rod. Dude, way too generous. Honestly, way too generous, mate. Way too generous there. Maddening has been a member for 21 months. Maddening, thank you. Chief Navy Doc with a $5 says, love your show and points of view. Keep it up. Best wishes to Chris Gore and his marriage. Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Chris? Why did I call you Chris? Because you, Chris Gore. It got stuck in my brain. Thank you, sir, and thank you for everything that you do. Sam Masters with a $2 says, this is genuinely my favorite channel. Never stop. Oh, get out of here. Come on. Hey? Fucking you can't fucking look at me directly in my eye like that. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. You're making me fucking blush. Ew. Brocky Man with a $5 says, like seeing other men with their wives, obsessed with excrement, consistent liars, are Jeremy Hambley and James Gunn in the same club? I don't know. But all I gotta say is, how was your weekend, Brocky Man? How was your weekend? Rob Thunderheart with another 50 Canadian. Hail as I saw and loved Masters of the Universe. It was a great followed up with Supergirl. I disliked. Seeing Kara drunk and refusing to help made me think, why should I like her? Not just that, but as I said, not only did she not want to help her, all throughout the film, even leading up to the final planet, she tried to leave her behind. She tried to leave her behind. He's for tired. Congrats, sir. You're still looking great. I am 5 months stone cold sober. Well done. I am 3.5 years and a couple of days. And Pre-Dawn Corpses with a $5 says, did you see the prison segment about the quartering? I sent a kick the brown mild chair. I'm for tired, boss. Andy lost it. Yeah, I watched it. It was funny. I'm for tired. And Andy can't say tired. He can't say tired anymore. He has to constantly say for tired. It's just built in. Right, guys. It's been a long one today. That's what she said, by the way. But we've caught up. So I'm going to be back in 45 minutes with Sunday Fun Day. No, this was afternoon tea. With Sunday Fun Day. Everyone is here today. QBG, me, Kara, Mr. P. We're playing a brand new game. So my stream is going to go up. The stream room's going to go up in a couple of minutes' time so you can see what it's going to be. And fingers crossed, we'll see you there. But I want to give a massive thank you to everybody who came to watch today. Mods, thank you so much for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, and you went a bit fucking crazy today, guys. You went a bit fucking crazy, and thank you. So everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships to the stream, thank you for supporting the channel. It will be on this channel. Everybody has their own individual streams going, and you can get a multi. We can also provide a multi-stream link that you can see everybody on the same page as well. But I'll be back in 45 minutes right here with Sunday Fun Day. Until then, you take care, you lovely sausages. Hold on. I quickly got Zodlander in with a 20 Swedish blessings to Chris and his house. Yeah. Big congratulations to Chris Gore on his marriage. Wishing you all the best, dude. I'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye, Blue Boo.